Father Mursk has been around the block a time or two, so as he looks at his now mess of a VIP room, with blood-splattered furniture, goo-covered walls, 3 unconscious kobolds, 1 with a missing head, powdered residue on the table, and clear signs of a struggle, he's got a pretty good idea of what went down. 2 of his men stand behind him, helping a third keep his footing. He's high off his ass, claims that elven fellow got him there. Raiji and his pals split awfully quick after his fight. No doubt they got something to do with this, Father Mursk thinks to himself. But all my folks are accounted for, and he put up a good fight. For free, no less. So Father Mursk tells his men to clean up, keep their mouths shut, and get the 2 still breathing kobolds a place to rest. The party did indeed play a part in turning the Knockouts VIP room into a crime scene, but they also met Baba, a buffoon of an errand boy and drug runner for Ishi, whom they set up a meeting with under the guise of wishing to purchase some demon dust. Though the events at the Knockout took their toll, as they agreed to meet with Baba after some rest, we cut to the party waking up in the catacombs of Sanctuary around midday, as I recount to them most of what they've learned so far. Where we're starting is you guys are waking up in Renistir's little basement of Sanctuary. Things you know, Ishi is assumedly at least someone that is dealing demon dust. He could not be the person that you were originally looking for. Someone probably by the codename of Via.
Not Via, yeah.
But you at least have a lead on him. You agreed to meet back with Baba in front of the Knockout so he could take you to Ishi's place. Eamon, you cast status on him all of the time when you had no, it's no longer on him anymore because you
daily
slept.
preparations.
Yeah,
yep.
But he basically, it would have appeared to you that he just like went to a tavern and slept.
Did we know if it was the tavern we're supposed to meet him at?
It was not the Knockout.
Oh, okay.
The
okay.
Knockout is not a place you can sleep. It's
Gotcha,
just a tavern and then a fighting area.
Gotcha.
But I guess you can sleep there. You like work there or something. But yeah, not. Yes. It's just a tavern in Ward 8.
Does Micah or Jack, could you describe the room again?
Oh, yeah.
That we
Yeah.
were staying in? Just to get me.
It's a confined tomb that is clearly like cut out on its own. How you get in is there's a like upright tomb that you pull the front cover off of. On the inside of the there's a inscription on the inside that essentially just means that if you're looking for a place to rest, you'll find safety, and if you're looking for harm, harm will come to you. Yeah, I won't pull the verse, but then in the center,
No girls allowed.
there is a just centerfold in the room is another crypt or coffin. Yeah, coffin. That has like Tzedzeos related inscriptions on it. I had explained that's where a very prominent priest lived or was buried because he had lived. He lives in there. He's like
Very Jeffrey Dahmer view.
Yeah. We're gonna stay in here and watch with me. But around there's like on one side of the room there's like a cork board, like traditional investigator with like pieces of red string leading everywhere to sort of figure out the demon dust. And then on the random sides, I set up sleeping bags. Did we decide just sleeping bags or cots?
I thought it was cots.
Is
It
it
was
cots?
I think we had cots.
hammocks almost.
Okay,
Cots
and a very
/
tiny
hammocks.
one that I carved that rocks back and forth for phosphorus. And then there's just like random, think Skyrim crypts where there's just like the little shelvings on the wall, and that's usually where my stuff is. And then on one corner is the prophet stuff, and then on the right side is just my general shit. So,
But yeah, so you guys wake up. Anything you do to prepare for the day before heading out? It's around just early afternoon, so think 1, 2.
I probably would have hung up the prophet stuff again since it's daytime and just left it there.
Okay.
I wouldn't bring it with me.
Okay.
As he's doing that, I would wake up and see Renistir putting his armor on the stand, and I guess I've maybe not seen that exact action before, but seen it. And if people are kind of stirring, I guess I would walk up to him and kind of like just tap you on the shoulder.
I sort of like almost like like jumpy, like turn around, like what? Yeah.
Hi. I'm starting to get a couple questions from the other guys about all this, and I think it would best be explained by you. I don't know if I can quite do it – justice. Maybe not right this second or whenever you want, but just know. There's a you'll have to tell them about this eventually in a way that
I'm sure Phosphorus
They
will
will-
ask at some point, but for all intents and purposes, I think it is better if we wait until somehow Raiji makes the connection.
I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Well, unfortunately, he does not have as much inconspicuousness about these things.
Just looking at the same armor that he saw last night, being like, wow, must be really popular.
He must have run out already. I didn't know he was staying here too.
I don't know if it's changed since last season, but I think we've established that you are normally the first up and you exercised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing push-ups in the corner for sure. Well, I mean, like handstand push-ups.
I figured everyone like wasn't sleeping. I would just say it so that only Renister could hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, for sure. I'm only bringing that up so that to add the visual that you guys are talking about this, and then you look over and you see Raiji going 1001, 1002.
Can't hear us because all the blood's rushed to his head.
I just pass out.
Yeah.
It's crumpled over your feet, like dangling over yourself.
But anyway, just throwing that out there because the way you describe it convinced me, and I think it could convince them too.
Well, like I said, I'm sure Peter will say something about it, but I'd like to leave Raiji in the dark as long as possible, just so I can maintain these distinct selves.
It shouldn't be too hard. I just kind of put my hand on the shoulder again as I walk away and start getting my daily
Oh, and
stuff ready.
Word, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I'm,
You
cur-
making anything before?
I'm currently taking measurements of the entire room.
Okay. You look over, you see that Renister? That might... I don't know.
I sort of squint my eyes at him and like walk over. I'm like, I think I have an idea what you're wanting to do.
Yeah, this place feels a little unsafe right now.
Is it build a bathroom? Is there a bathroom down here?
Is there?
There's an old cut purse I usually go in. His crypt's open, so just, you know.
Okay, I go in there.
That doesn't flush. That
You just close it back up.
You just seal it with the stone, man.
You just open up
Yeah.
a coffin and it's just full of lizard shit and piss.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
guys,
like
it
a
smells in here. It smells like it smells. Well, outside, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull out a piece of paper, add like bathroom to the list.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind making some adjustments in here.
I like that idea. All I would ask is, for some reason, if Kieran needs to come down here, he doesn't get blown up. So
I'll make a map.
I'll be sure to inform him of any sort of look around again renovations you make.
Renovations, like your name,
I don't get it.
Renisteer.
No, these are renovations.
I hold up to a high five for Amy. High five me.
I just don't like conflict. I high five him.
Well, I don't know if there's ever been a quick interaction that more encapsulates the party dynamics. Yeah. Anything else? I mean, I assume are you making anything in the morning before you leave? Are you pre-making any mutagens, any alchemy stuff?
I am.
Okay, word.
Do you want me to tell you the list?
No. I'm just clarifying.
I would go
Yeah.
drop a couple copper to Kieran, have some soup if he's making it.
Oh yeah, he's got soup.
I know it's like afternoon time, so
Yeah, there's not a lot going on up there, but yeah, if you don't remember,
I wouldn't be in my like
Yeah,
gaudy clothes. It would just be
yeah.
normal.
I would go up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
I'd probably join them
There's
too.
food, yeah.
If you hear him like as he moves the bed by himself, very small frogman, and you all get up. He's like, morning,
Afternoon. Yeah,
Good afternoon.
long night.
hungry.
Yes, please. And I just put 3 copper in his hand.
Excellent.
We have to pay for this. Okay, I give him 5 silver.
Okay.
Do you want me to make that easier to move?
The blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to try to do that?
Yeah.
He just pulls out
I wanna
those,
try to
like,
put wheels on the
cart
bottom.
wheels.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, why don't you roll a crafting check for me?
It's like I added wheels, but it also can explode if need be.
They're the size of wagon wheels.
28.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
28 wheels are on that bed.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to do everything to avoid actually giving him money.
Just some real basic
18-wheeler bed.
wheel type stuff. But yeah, you guys eat essentially vegetable soup. As you do so,
I'm
Kier
assuming
says-
me and Kier like have a deal with me helping out.
Oh,
but I don't
you
pay
existing here rent free is like why he can do what he does. Because
Right.
when a big lizard man lives in the basement, or well, like a lot of people don't know you live in the basement, but like lives here, a lot of people don't come, hassling him.
Sure.
It probably happened a little bit at first, and then you knocked like two heads together once, and everyone's like, "Yeah, stay away from Sanctuary."
Now he can use his bed like a battering ram. He can just ride it through just run him over.
Especially with
Like a
the
skateboard.
Especially the rockets I added.
I hope you guys get in a carriage case, and out of nowhere, a carriage chase, Kier just comes on his bed, just
A horse in front of it.
Yeah, if the city isn't imploding at the end of the season and Kira's getting away on the bed, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Dude, we could hitch it to your lizard.
There's an entire chase sequence where we're all on the bed, like, cover the left side. Throw a pillow at him.
But yeah, as you
Pour a
guys are
cauldron of
eating,
hot soup on their heads.
as you guys are eating, Kier says, "No work today, Ron."
No, I probably should go talk to them that I might be more sparse today. For a couple of weeks.
Okay. Well, you know the deal. You come in late, just don't use the back entrance.
Yeah.
Because I gotta.
You look have wheels
Well,
now.
that's true. If you can move them without waking me up, that's cool. But if not,
Yeah, but I mean, we can
The
just use the
possibility
back
for
door.
pranks is off the charts.
He just wakes up in the flooded.
Just in the
Guys!
shitty pissy water. But yeah, anything you guys want to do before you head out?
Would Renister want to go talk to his work, or is that not?
Yeah, we can do that quickly. I mean,
I probably
that's like, what,
wouldn't go.
30 minutes away?
Yeah, it's like 20-minute, 30-minute trip.
Okay.
One
Yeah, I
way.
delivered that note. I thought we didn't have time.
It's true. We should
Yeah.
probably jump on this. They already know about today. I'll just touch base with them tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Fair
was
enough.
gonna say it kind of defeats the whole purpose of Raiji going
Yeah, I'm
to
like,
leave
why
them
did I
out.
do that?
We
I
just
mean, I'm
wanted
not
to-
mad.
we just
but-
wanted to
So we
test
could
you.
sleep longer.
I guess that's true. Yeah, but yeah. So you guys making your way back to Ward 8 to the knockout?
On the way, I would say. So, this Baba guy, obviously not much going on between the ears for him, but I'm guessing Ishi isn't quite as easy to fool.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was expecting to have to drag some more information out of him, but I don't think he realizes that in the drug business, you don't be as upfront as he was.
So, what's our plan when we meet Ishi? Are all four of us looking for?
Probably have a better entryway than that. If all four of us come in, especially with, well, me looking like I do, I don't know that he'll be very forthright within the information. Might be better if maybe you and Phosphorus go in and we sort of take up the rear in case anything goes sour.
We're trying to start our own trade.
I mean, he has
Breaking Bad
connections as
style.
is. Peter does.
I do, but those connections don't really support.
They're after it. They're the
The-
reason.
I mean, I think it goes without saying that you're decent at being deceitful.
Me?
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah.
So use some of that Ratman charm, you know.
Okay, now we're getting racist.
Am I wrong?
You're also racist.
But am I wrong?
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll have to go the straight and narrow path and just talk to him normally.
Yeah, if that's what we need to do, I think I could go in with whoever. I could probably convince him that I need something, and we can go from there.
I mean, the big guy does know there's four of us.
Yeah, I mean, we can just say two of us came back if other people want to stay and keep watch somehow, or, I mean, he's no stranger, I imagine, to having some muscle with you, so we could always just say
That is true.
that's what Raiji and Renister are. It's just making sure
Yeah.
everything goes smoothly.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to posit that it isn't uncommon for people, especially drug deals, to like not just show up alone or something. I mean, Renister does look on the like more goody two shoes side, but that in itself is not like he's
He
going
looks
to
like
be
a
like
dead
right along.
giant lizard.
Yeah. I mean, he just looks a
No,
little
pale.
noble.
I live in a basement. I don't see the sun a lot. That's why I'm pale.
He's a
Not that-
gamer lizard.
Yeah. Got a little cat ears headset.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that might come across your guys' minds is that if this dude gambles a lot at a fighting ring, he might be aware of who Raiji is. Considering Raiji is a pretty well-known fighter.
Raiji's only making his name bigger and bigger as we go.
Well,
Yeah.
I can actually change that for like 10 minutes.
My name?
No, just how you look. You will see yourself as, you. It won't affect how you act, I guess.
No,
Just how
that's
others
fine.
perceive you.
Again, that's not a guarantee he does. But
also
I mean,
not-
I feel comfortable telling you guys that it might be a possibility, considering this dude is probably somewhat wealthy and also at least keeps up on the underground fighting ring. It wouldn't be a stretch for him to keep up on the Coliseum.
And
yeah.
on the champion of the underground ring that got dethroned just last night. But I don't know why it would be so wrong for him to also
Yeah, that's
want
true.
some demon dust, because his friend clearly does.
basically clear that he was already dealing to one of the platinum fighters, so maybe
Yeah.
I would-
mean,
why not another?
I'd pull Eamon to the side for a second. Just 1 sec. I need to tell him something. If I do go in there, I need you to be aware of me. With everything that's gone on, sometimes it's hard for me to contain the other side of me, especially if there's somebody who is actively causing this much turmoil to the citizens of this city.
I understand.
I might lose it if we're not careful.
Just be aware. Give me some kind of signal if that's starting to happen, or if you need to step outside, step outside. But if you decide it's the moment, and that's all that can be done, I'll follow you.
Just, I'm not a man who's very inconspicuous. It may be obvious when I'm
about to
starting to
kick
lose
this
my-
guy's ass. Careful.
I'll start muttering under my breath. I'm gonna beat this guy up.
While they have this aside, Raiji and Phosphorus, both of you notice a couple blocks ahead, there appears to be a decent crowd gathering around one specific spot, a shop.
Where are we?
You have not yet entered Ward 8.
Okay.
You're getting close to the entrance to Ward 8 from Ward 3.
Can we tell kind of the air of the crowd? Like,
Just think similar to like coming a group of people having gathered after a car crash or something like that.
So
doesn't
not
look
a-
good.
not
Yeah.
like a bard playing or something.
No.
Okay.
As you, I assume you guys, it's on the way anyways, so I assume you guys would approach to some
Mhm.
degree.
We should probably check that out.
Okay.
As we walk, I just kind of want to go to the opposite side of the street we're walking on.
Okay. Make yourself not a part of the group.
Yeah.
You want to like just blend in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stealth +4 circumstance bonus because no one's really looking in that direction anyways.
A natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a figure outside what looks like a general goods store, black hooded robes, wearing a stark white mask, 2 eye holes cut into it covering their face, a scythe, curved blade, and long handle completely wrapped in black leather on their back. A few of the ward's guards appear to be talking to the figure as a similarly dressed individual pokes around inside the shop. One of the display windows is shattered, blood splattered on the on the glass. 2 bodies can be seen inside, one a dwarven man with his chest covered in lacerations, dark dried blood around his eyes, the other a human woman with a bloody head and clearly broken skull. The figure inside appears to be using magic of some sort to cover the 2 bodies in a dim but radiant orange light. Off to the right of the shop, an older guard appears to be consoling a younger guard as the younger guard sits on a crate, head in his hands. Renister, you are aware that these people are the Kari, the Kai Kari specifically. They are followers of Grimm, who serves as the city's magic-wielding people and kind of secret police. They're all anonymous. They all are masked. No one knows their actual identities.
So them being here would imply that this is a pretty
Oh, yeah.
hefty crime.
Yeah, it is not a stretch for you guys to have noticed the dark, dried blood around the dwarves' eyes. It's pretty similar to just the dead bodies you've seen of other people that have, or just the after effects of other people being whatever this possession type thing that's been going on is, essentially. I will also tell you this, because you have lived here and you're aware enough. These Kai Kari are some of the few people that can notice you without needing a reason that you're a Dhampir. Their whole thing is like anti-undead. So if you get too close to them, most people won't, unless provoked, like someone's like, oh, this guy's undead, they won't even, there's not even a chance of them to notice. These are the few people that right off the bat, I can just roll to see if they notice you. It would take them, they're clearly, it would take right now you like going up to talk to them. I'm not saying like I'm doing that right now. I'm just informing you of the mechanics because you would be aware kind of as a person as well that's kind of, these are
living
the
in the
people
city
more than
knowing about
anybody.
myself.
Yeah. They don't come out all that often. You don't see them very often. Hence why a lot of people refer to them as the secret police. But yeah, that's what you guys see.
Eamon, I don't know that I can investigate this.
Who are those people?
The Akari?
The Kai Kari.
Kai Kari, sorry.
And does that name ring a bell once I hear it?
Yeah,
having
you would
talked
be
with Renastier
having
over the months.
and having
Yeah.
lived here for 3 months, you would be
Okay.
aware of it. Probably the two people that wouldn't is Raiji, because why would you care, right? I don't feel uncomfortable in saying that. For
Yeah,
you.
unless there's something specific where they showed up. Like, I don't know.
No. And Phosphorus probably wouldn't have heard of them because they don't go into Ward 8 all that much, and he's been in prison the whole time. But, yeah.
I would just take off my hat and kind of like hold it in my hands, kind of like looking concerned, and I would start making my way towards the front of the shop. And as I go, slowly trying to gather some information and passing comments, either listening or asking someone as I walk by, like, what's going on? What happened? Or
Yeah, why don't you roll
overhearing something.
diplomacy or perception?
While he's doing that, I'll essentially make myself scarce. I would
Yeah.
just like closest kind of in view of this crime scene, post up against the wall, sort of assessing the situation.
What are you doing, Reggie? Because you're kind of the... Renastier goes to the other side, posts up. Eamon starts making his way to the front of the crowd. Phosphorus, you turn around, is not there. Peter, oh, fuck.
I would go up to a guard.
Okay, yeah.
I would be
There's
like,
one kind of corralling the crowd. It's like
what happened here?
some bad business. Some bad business.
Is it
Guard.
demon dust?
You just say that?
Mm-hmm.
The mask, the Kaikari, immediately perks up
Mm-hmm.
as the guard is like, just looks at you dumbfounded.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do I hear him say this?
Oh, probably.
I've just
yeah.
hands.
to be clear,
Immediately, yeah.
I left the demon dust that I had at the church.
Word.
It is not on me right now.
I'm
Yeah,
snorting a
So,
line.
so
in
if they
the-
raid the church,
I'll be like, it's in the church.
No.
Like that stuff my friend over there got last night?
What is? Sorry, I kind of did this before. What did you get?
I got a
for-
23 on diplomacy.
Okay, I'll come back to this real quick. Basically, what you would gather is the guard who's kind of being consoled. One of the passersby saw the dwarf man kind of acting strangely in all of the ways you guys are aware of, that when these people get, in quotations marks, possessed, they do. Entered the shop, basically bludgeoned the shopkeeper to death, basically unprovoked. The young guard was nearby, came in, eventually their tussle happened and threw the dwarf out the window. The dwarf died of the cuts he got from the glass and such. That's essentially what went down. Pretty quickly, Kaikari showed up. One of the...
If it wouldn't be however order it goes with what Raiji's doing, I would kind of put this together.
mhm.
I hear it. I would go up to one of the Kaikari.
Well, so they're not...
Are
You would
they
have to
around?
get past guards that are holding people back.
Okay.
They're at the crime scene, so to speak. So you would probably see Raiji before you and
Sure,
Raiji would kind
sure,
of get to the front.
Sure, yeah, that's
and
fine.
he does
That's
the
fine.
demon stuff. But
I would try to talk to one if they got close, but if
the guard looks at you dumbfounded, and then the Kaikari just motions at the guard. The guard looks at him, and then he walks over to you, and he says, "What do you know about that?
About what?
Demon dust."
Demon dust?
Yes.
I just fought a lizard in the Colosseum that ate some and his eyes bled.
There's a sound of like recognition in his voice,
Mm-hmm.
of probably piecing together that you're Raiji of the Crimson Sands. I think it's that one. Yeah, Crimson Sands, because his orders from the Scarlet Wastes within the Crimson Sands. But yeah, you're there. He says that.
Is there anywhere we could speak more privately?
Oh, yeah, this is my friend, Eamon.
I have more information that could be very, very interesting to you.
Yeah, come with me. And he just motions for you to follow him inside the shop. Both of you,
Eamon's
Phosphorus
hands get a little sweaty.
and Renastier, see this?
I'm gonna go link up with Renastier.
Okay, yeah. Out of a dark alley, Peter just slinks out behind you.
Wonder when you show up again.
So why aren't you up talking to the guards? I figure that'd be like your forte.
Kaikari, the hooded guys, they can detect undead very easily.
Huh.
They're not very fond of my type.
What's your religion modifier, Phosphorus?
-1.
You, if you do not remember, you identified
Did you identify that wooden thing that you found? in the crypt you opened? Yeah, that was peachwood, right? It's an anti-undead thing.
Yeah.
You feel confident that these people wield peachwood scythes, because if you don't remember, peachwood loses all of its properties if it touches metal, and the fact that these scythes are completely covered in leather to prevent that, you just pick up on that as someone who notices those things and has already identified and knows what peachwood is. So you just know that, just for the record.
Okay.
Let's just say if they don't take me into custody immediately, they may seek to get rid of me.
Do most people know about these guys?
Not yes and no. They
know about them.
They're
Yes.
aware of their existence, but
Secret police got it.
yes,
Interact with them, not often.
that would imply that whatever happened in there is of a high security risk involving magic.
Obviously, the numbers,
Great.
since they're kind of a secret police, the numbers aren't really out there of how many there are, but most people believe that there isn't all that many of them to begin with as well.
Gotcha.
Probably like low teens would be a ballpark estimate, but then again, who knows? But yeah, the Kaikari brings you in, just walks in with you, Raiji and Eamon. The other Kaikari appears to be finishing up whatever magic he was doing on the two bodies. They exchange a quick few words, just basically saying that you guys might know something about demon dust. And they both turn and just look at you.
I'm not exactly sure why you guys are here, what happened. I overheard some things, but we may be able to connect you to someone who is dealing this demon dust, if that would be of interest to you. The drug itself has hurt someone I care about very much, and she's been deceived into getting locked in with a bad sort like that. And I've just seen it do so many bad things. We were thinking about trying to go after it ourselves, but after seeing this, I don't know if it's something we could handle alone. But if you guys would be interested in tagging along or helping, I can keep a ruse up long enough to essentially, there's a dealer right now that thinks I'm interested. I don't know what I plan to do when we came face to face, but
That deals demon dust.
yes,
Where?
in Ward 8. That's where we're on our way to right now. You can search me, I promise. I have nothing on me right now, and neither does Raiji.
They do that. They do search
Yeah.
you as soon as you say that. I assume none of you are actually hiding anything on you.
I mean, if they can like detect magic stuff, I have my ring and my staff on me. And
They would
such.
just more be checking for anything that's like hidden, less.
No,
magic
I don't
stuff.
have anything hidden.
Yeah.
It's in my backpack, or you can see it. So
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have a hang glider?
Oh,
I
what does
do.
this lever do?
I use it on my drug runs.
But yeah, they say,
are you?
why don't both of you roll perception with a -2 circumstance penalty?
Eamon, were you lying?
Mainly because you can't.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what he said was was like enough of the truth that I didn't require.
It's just,
such
you
a
said
roll.
somebody that you cared about.
Yeah, I think you're referring to the doctor, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because in game, out of game, I'm lost. So
Yeah. I was for a second, but then I picked up on what he was doing.
you said a -2.
Yeah.
-2.
Because this is essentially an insight check, and obviously they are completely covered,
22.
so it's a little harder.
I also got a 22.
Okay, yeah. There is a shifting of weight between these two when you guys mentioned that it's within Ward 8 that I wouldn't say implies like nervousness or discomfort, but that definitely piques something within the both of them. The fact that when you mention that it's in Ward 8 and they say,
At the very least, after the interaction, we could give you some information. I just want this to stop as fast as anyone else does. As
One
I
of
look around
them-
at the bludgeoned
Yeah.
body.
one of them reaches kind of within their cloak and pulls out a letter of sorts, hands it to you, says,
Okay.
"This will get you into our headquarters. It's right by the palace."
By the palace?
Yes.
Okay. In my head, do I know where that is and what that
Yeah,
means?
it's Ward 7.
Yep.
Okay. It is the same place where the three noble families live, is the palace. It's not actually a full like castle-like palace
Yeah,
is actually 3 separate family grounds.
Renister also has a way to get in there, right?
Yeah, he was invited by Naito Tao, the guy who
Okay.
came to the
That's what I
festival at Koi. Their headquarters is not in the palace, but it's like right adjacent to the palace.
Okay.
And then he takes out what looks like just a basic leather-bound journal, and he would like, I don't know how much you would like to tell him, but he just starts taking notes on whatever you're willing to tell him.
Yeah, we had a friend in the Northwest. Again, the whole story about how she was a doctor and she got deceived into giving it out. And when I asked her who supplied her, she mentioned a human man named Ishi. And from there, my friend and I did some investigating and essentially convinced some folks that, because they definitely put together who Raiji is, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I said we convinced people that we were interested and essentially got a meeting set up with Ishi very, very soon today. And don't really know. We're just going to try to gather some information, but just want to get rid of it as good as anyone does. I don't think it'll be anything crazy. But again, my name's Eamon. I live in Ward 1. I live in Ward 1.
He's a liar. They beat you up.
Kill him.
Yeah,
Raiju beats you up for lying.
I live in Ward 1. I would just give him my address if they need to contact
Yeah.
me at all.
they take it down, and he says, "What's your diplomacy mode?"
+9.
I say, "I'll keep it straight with you guys. We don't have Ward 8 is one of the few places we don't have much jurisdiction. So we would appreciate. We could get in there. It would take some time, though. If this is a today thing, you'd be doing the city a great service if you followed up with us."
Okay, yeah. Anything to help. What was it, if you don't mind me asking, what was it you were doing when you came in with the bodies?
Protecting them from further harm.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we can leave you two to your work. Best of luck, and we'll be hearing from us if anything comes up.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys.
They just nod at you.
I leave.
Yeah, I tried to fill the space so much to give Raiji not any room to talk.
He
When
was
they were
just
asking
T-posing on a
questions.
body.
Yes.
Every time Raji's like, and then we did nothing.
Yes.
You guys left.
If you want to
You
head,
guys leave, sorry.
if you want to head down the street, Renister,
Yeah.
I'll move them. I'll bring them to us.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. I shuffle back to the...
Yeah, eventually
sight.
you guys meet up. I mean, not eventually. You guys are like right
And,
down the way.
and I'll lead them over to where Renister is. That way they don't like connect that we're meeting with Renister.
Oh, gotcha. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
What was discussed?
I essentially told them that we have a bit of a connection to a dealer they might be interested in.
They don't have jurisdiction in Ward 8.
That's good
Yeah.
for us.
It is good, but
Why?
I don't know. I just tend to agree with Renister.
Anybody?
He knows
Anybody,
if he doesn't, I beat them up when we get home.
anybody can roll society.
I've just learned to
Renister.
trust you so much in this wild city that I just like, yeah.
I just say anything assertively, and Eamon's like,
I just don't
Society. Renister gets a +4 circumstance.
23.
13.
12.
11.
Phosphorus.
Peter.
Peter, being in the legal system behind bars, one might say, you pick up some things. Ward 8 and Ward 6 are kind of the big... Sorry, Ward 8, Ward 6, Ward 4. Ward 8, the cartel. Ward 4, the steel brands. And Ward 6, the Arcane Assembly, are the places where the Kaikari not really don't have jurisdiction, but are slowed with their jurisdiction. They can't just operate within those places. They need to go through certain avenues to gain permission from the main governing bodies to get in there.
Bureaucratic red tape.
Yeah, essentially. So those are, you would just be aware of that. And it's less the Kaikari specifically, but the Kaikari are more aligned with the nobles, and the Merchants Guild and the nobles are very closely aligned together. Yes.
Just so I'm getting my lore correct here, the city of Wakuzana is basically run by a couple of families, correct?
It is run by 5 factions,
Yes.
technically.
Okay. And they're all,
The Krogrin Cartel, the Ronku Merchants Guild, I can't remember the name, but a noble family that is kind of like it's a group of 3 noble families really that help, but one of them is
One
the
of them
figurehead.
is the guy that once talked to Renistir.
Yes, one of those 3 families, yes, is the Tau, yes. They are not the like heads, but they are one of the 3 most important noble families. The Arcane Assembly and then the Steel Brands are the 5. They form the council. All of their heads have the seats.
I just wanted to tell them that because, I mean, we've solved plenty of problems, just us 4, but I think the more eyes on this, like the cartel and like the Kaikari, the better, right?
It is probably best that the proper authorities are aware of the situation. However, I fear knowing this city how it is, they will be hindered in what they can and can't do, especially if, not saying I have any evidence to support this, but if somehow one of the families or prominent factions of this city is involved, they may be hindered quite substantially.
I mean, you are aware that the big thing you discovered that got you killed was about the Akio family that basically is in charge of the Kaikari, sorry.
Hey,
Yeah. That came up
Akio
last
family,
time.
you said?
Yes.
Okay. Especially considering whatever I was tracking a lead to with I immediately forgot their name.
Akio.
Akio. With the lead I was following on the Akio family, they don't always have the best intentions for the city. I don't remember the specifics, certainly, but I just think that if we are chasing down leads, if we align ourselves too much with the city, we may find ourselves more hindered than helped. But I don't think that you telling them was by any means bad. It's best that they're aware, especially so they... Obviously, demon dust is illegal in these parts, but knowing the source of it and having a good idea of it gives them a better place to crack down on it more so than before.
I just know if it's anything like Koi, I mean, the main reason we were even needed in Koi is because they didn't have any resources to spare, and this city does.
True, but because they were so small and tight-knit, it was easier to find trust in them due to the fact that there was less bureaucracy and corruption possible. But again, we have more resources here, but we also have more room to have our investigation impeded. That is why I have splintered off in my own investigation. Well, that's in the obvious. The Kaikiri aren't very fond of my kind.
Yeah. I mean, luckily in Ward 8, it's the cartel. So, I mean, they seem to want this taken out for seemingly good reasons. I mean, I don't know them very well, so I look at Peter. But, I mean, it seems like the people whose jurisdiction this is in, being the cartel, they would be more than happy to help in any way they can, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
In most circumstances, when I deal with people who handle these types of trades, I'm much more hesitant, but for all intents and purposes, I almost trust the cartel more than I do the guards.
They definitely look
Same
less
here.
scary.
To clarify something, the Akio family is not directly in charge of the
Right, just
Kaikiri. Most of the Akio family has at one point served, and they are very pro Kaikari. But they do not technically hold a position
So
of running them. They're
nepotism.
self-governing. Another thing to clarify, you with your high society role, Phosphorus, Peter, and Renistir, you would be aware of this growing up here. The Kaikari are in themselves a secret police, right? There is also, once you've lived here long enough, you hear whispers of them every so often. The Kukari are supposedly the secret police. They are undercover people, kind of like a spy network of such. Maybe not interact here, maybe not always in service in the city, but they are essentially the Kari that aren't Kari. They're just normal people that are probably trained and of the same skill levels and have some degree of magic as well, but they're just normal. They don't function as that, if that makes sense.
In a lot of my experience, I would say that secret police or secret groups like that, they usually have ulterior motives to a lot of their actions.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
when we started doing this, the whole thing is I'm sure there's people more qualified to do it, but I mean, the only reason demon dust is of interest in the first place, to me at least, is because it's somehow connected with what we found back in Koi.
There's
So
no
as far
doubt
as-
that there is a connection.
I don't really care about getting demon dust off the streets that much. I mean, it'd be good if that was the case, but
I certainly do.
if we don't find many more connections to androids and what we're looking for in Via, it's like I don't know. Don't want to start barking up the wrong tree, even if it is a good one.
If we can mitigate the spread of this, that would be an overall positive to not only the city but anyone else that comes in contact with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But for now, we have a lead that we must track down, and if you don't mind, I really want to get away from those guys. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh yeah, I
I
assume
assume
you guys
you're
have been
saying
walking
it's
this
while
whole
we're
time.
walking. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He starts
We're-
running.
We're all flying towards Ward 8. So again, to rehash the plan, just to restate it, Phosphorus and I are going in. Renisteer and Raiji are staying outside, acting as muscle.
If you want
Is
us
that-
inside, just in case.
What if we're inside muscle though?
Yeah,
can.
I thought everyone was going in.
It's
Yeah.
okay by me. Whatever's the most normal for this kind of thing. I haven't been present. Well, I mean, I've been present for these kinds of things as far as like trading goes and such. So, I mean, I don't know. If there's more guards outside when we get there, maybe stay outside. If it's a thing where there's a bunch inside, come inside too.
Okay.
Depends if we're posing as people just like wanting a fix, or if we're like we're very important, prominent people that want to get involved in some business, or I don't know what. Like the average person going to buy drugs doesn't always bring the champion of the Coliseum with him for protection.
Yeah, I mean it is worth noting that demon dust is outside of the illegality of it is like a normal person would not be able to afford this. It is
So we're
incredibly
going the rich
expensive.
route. I fluff my
Yeah,
hat a
so
bit.
you're not really going to run into somebody that's like, I just need a quick fix. It's a very high end drug.
It's like
Hence-
cocaine.
So in that case, I think I mean it'd be better to come inside than I suppose, just to give off the air of
You could pose as a merchant looking to get some nice fix.
Besides, I
buy some
have a
stuff.
feeling this is going to go south.
I have a feeling it is too, but I mean, since when
Do you
does it
think?
not go south?
Yeah,
Oh.
I do.
As in the South Rainforest.
Raiji, I do. I think you'll be able to fight a lot of people today.
Wait, what?
Thanks, Phosphorus. That means a
Oh.
lot.
It's Peter, but yeah.
I thought you were
Phosphorus.
saying, do you think? And then Phosphorus was like, yeah, I do think. I think a lot. I'm very smart.
I think for both of us.
I was like, what?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
It's not
It's because all Raiji thinks about is him beating up big buff guys in his head.
Eventually, you guys make it back to the knockout in Ward 8. If you don't remember, the red light district is... There's no torches or anything. It is just all illuminated by these glowing red crystals, hence why it's called the red light district. All of Ward 8 is underground, if you don't remember. The Wakata River runs through the east part of it, and there are three big kind of blue globes that kind of shed the whole ward in a dim blue light 24/7, every hour of the day. Yeah, there Baba is waiting there. If you don't remember, he is a very large, like almost 8 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall human man, quite bulky, big axe on his back. He still has that newsboy kind of satchel, and he's standing there. He just gives a salute of acknowledgement.
I nod and wave my hand. Baba, good morning. Afternoon. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of. He just points to this guy.
Same
that you can't see.
difference, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't know if you guys would come back.
Wouldn't miss it.
Okay.
We can go now.
Yeah, he starts walking. He says, okay, lead the way.
He thinks we just came to play cards and hang out.
You guys go walk for about 15, 20 minutes and eventually come to a well-built 2-story stone home on the northern edge of the red light district. A second-floor balcony overlooks the street. You can't see anybody on it, but you can see puffs of tobacco smoke wafting past the railing. As Baba approaches, he yells basically a greeting of some sort, and you see a well-dressed, clean-shaven human. He walks with a silver cane, clearly meant for show, doesn't actually need it in any way. Spindly fingers clutching a tobacco pipe in his mouth. The hand clutching the tobacco pipe has a very expensive-looking golden ring with a red gem on it around his middle finger on that hand. And he greets all of you with a wave and tells Baba to take you guys inside as he assumedly is coming down. And he meets you in a living room area with a couch, table, and expansive kitchen. Several dartboards, bags of dice, and decks of cards hang on the walls and are strewn about all over the place. Stairs leading to the second floor on the back wall, which Ishi comes down. He greets all of you, kind of takes off his hat.
I do the same.
In greeting, says, "Hello."
Hi, Ishi, I presume?
Yes.
My name is Eamon. This is my associate.
Who do you?
I point to Phosphorus
Okay.
to
Good.
introduce himself.
Three of you with you.
My name's Peter.
Only thing of note that you guys notice in the room, sorry, none of you know this except Raiji. As someone who likes to eat, you notice that it looks like his kitchen is like never used, hasn't been touched. You just pick up on that. But yeah, he greets you, Peter, with a nod, and then he looks the Renister and Raiji came in, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He looks to two of you.
Hi.
Both of you as well.
My name's Raiji.
Yeah, what are the muscle?
Pleasure to meet you. He extends a hand. Shakes
Shake.
all of your hands.
I shake it.
He
Give him a
motions for you guys.
Really tight, firm handshake.
Okay.
Is this a big guy at all?
No, he looks just like it looks younger.
Because he was
Definitely.
told that he used to be a lot skinnier.
Yeah, he
I
definitely
don't
looks
know what
like
that
in the
means.
prime of his life, but yeah, he doesn't look like big or anything. He's just think average of a human man build as you could get.
Sorry, what was his? You just mentioned hair color and eye color.
No, dark black hair, basic brown eyes.
When I said
Why?
Ishi, I presume, and
Yeah.
you said yes, could I roll to see if that felt honest?
Yeah,
Are you rolling for me or should I roll?
yeah. I'm
Okay.
rolling for you. Sorry,
What,
I'm not very good at telling.
what is it again? Just like
Perception.
investigation?
Yeah.
Oh, perception.
Yes.
With it being one of my leads, just that, be aware of that.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, he seems very. He reminds you not of yourself literally, but he seems very well versed in mercantile stuff. He's very clearly
Yeah.
in business mode. That's really the only thing you pick up. But yeah, he motions to the table to sit down. For you guys to sit down, all of you. There's think of like a coffee table with a lot of nice, like a long couch and a couple love seats. He sits down on one of them. He picks up a bag of dice and just starts playing with them while he sits there.
Is there
And
anybody
he's-
but us in the room as far as his?
Baba is.
Does he have any muscle besides Baba?
Doesn't look like it.
I would just post up against the wall, not sit down.
Okay, yeah.
I would sit down.
Yeah, everyone sits down but Renester.
What the muscle? Come on.
Well, this muscle wants to sit down.
Gotta rest these
Muscle's
muscles.
been working.
Exactly.
long day.
Sore from last night.
But yeah, he says, "So, what can I do for you, folks?"
Everyone stares at Eamon very obviously.
Ooh.
We'd
Well, it's
be
my birthday.
Go on, Eamon. Tell him.
we'd be interested in purchasing some product.
Okay, I have a lot of product. Anything in specific?
Dust.
Okay. Can I ask how you heard about it?
I'm just
the
gonna point
Baba.
at him. Yeah,
Makes sense.
At who?
Probably a dumb question.
Point at who?
Baba.
He says, "Okay,
Well,
are you looking for?"
did we answer that question or did we just?
We
What?
pointed to Baba.
Yeah, he pointed to Baba.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
He, I mean, it is
I thought you
fair.
pointed
Baba
towards me and I was
literally
like-
let him there. No, yeah.
Eamon's a real crackhead.
Are you looking for leisure or a supplier?
Supplier. I'm actually I like to dabble in creating certain things, and so I'd be curious to see if I can change or create something new with this dust.
Okay. Interesting.
We
Why
don't look to operate in Ward 8. We wouldn't get in your way whatsoever.
Where would you like to operate?
Ward 1 specifically.
Okay, that's a good choice. Yeah, follow me. So he motions for you guys to follow him upstairs. Baba follows behind all of you in the back. You go up to the second floor, and there is just a long hallway that looks to lead straight out to that balcony he was sitting on before, and there is a door on the west and east hallway walls, so on your left and right. And he reaches into his coat, takes out what looks like just a couple rings of keys, only 3 keys on it, and he unlocks the...
Can I tell which pocket he pulled that out of?
Yeah, it's just his coat pocket. Yeah. And he clicks open a door, and you go inside to a room with several barrels in it. Each of them is labeled in a language none of you understand except Peter. Necro. And then there's a locked metal chest that sits in the corner of the room.
What do the labels say?
Basically everything you would expect. All of the drugs that you've seen before that like Stronath had. A lot of the basic ones like Flay Leaf and Blood Sap. I think that's what it's called. It's like something you suck on that makes your teeth red, whatever. And then there is one that's just labeled dust as well. Only one of those. It's in the back. He says, I will admit I haven't picked up yet from my supplier of dust, so I couldn't give you guys too much now.
I actually heard we've been contemplating this business move for a while, and I heard recently there was a pretty big seizure of what I assume to be the same thing in Ward 8.
Oh, seizure.
A seizure of
taking.
drugs.
I immediately fall down and have a seizure.
I was so confused. I was like, I hear a lot of people getting seizures
There's
from
lots
this.
of
I was
epilepsy
like, what?
in town.
Do you realize the effect your narcotics have on people?
He says, yeah, some...
That wasn't you, was it?
What?
That wasn't
What do you
your supply that got seized.
What? What do you mean? He looks at the... Oh, no, that was not me. I
Good.
did hear
was
about
gonna
that,
say
though.
It would be unfortunate if it was. So this is all you have is here? For now?
Yeah, Eamon and Phosphorus, he's lying. He's absolutely lying. 100%. He just says it in the way that he's like... He tries to move on way too quickly from that.
Did
that
everybody else
wasn't
come
his.
up-
That he's lying about that he was not involved. That wasn't his.
Did everybody
supply.
else come upstairs with us?
Yeah, everyone's in
Yeah.
everyone's probably the back two of you are kind of in the hallways still because there's not a lot of room.
I'm sure Baba's
Is it
following
gonna-
along.
Yeah,
as well.
Baba's in the
Yeah.
very back. Yeah,
Well, I mean, when do you think you'll come across more? Because
Should be-
wanting to start our own supply of sorts and experiment. I'm sure things will go wrong and we'll need lots of extra. So what you have here doesn't look like it would be quite enough.
I'm sure I will be resupplying within the next day. Real quick, just to look, Baba can say a lot of things that he doesn't really understand. I just want to prove to you as customers that I do have what I have. And he walks over to the barrel and he motions for you guys to follow. And he cracks it open.
Is this the only one that says dust?
Yes, yep. And sure enough, it looks like there is half a barrel of demon dust. Easily like the most you have all seen in person. When you went into Zold's place, there was supposedly a couple barrels of it. But yeah, they had been confiscated by then. But yeah, he shows it to you. It looks exactly like you've heard.
Can I tell if he's lying about being resupplied?
Doesn't seem so. Says it pretty straightforward.
So how much are you willing to sell?
I mean, if I'm picking up here pretty shortly, as much as you need, goes about, let me double check so I don't misquote, goes about 2,000 GP per barrel. He kind of jostles it so it like settles. This bit is probably about 900, 850. Because it's a little under half.
Can you swing 5 barrels?
5 barrels.
Sometime tomorrow, you said?
Yep.
Is there a time or place that would be best to meet tomorrow? Same time, same place, perhaps?
If you give me exactly 24 hours, maybe not. I would, to get that much, I wasn't planning on getting that much. I would probably need a couple days to transport it.
Whatever you need, just let me know.
He's-
I would not like to make a habit of meeting too often, for safety's sakes.
Absolutely.
So the more info we get now as far as when would be a good time, the better, so that we don't have to check in yet again, unless there's some other way to contact you.
They're still he's over by the barrels, right?
Ishi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something by the barrel right by you.
Okay. I'm out of my leg, like by my leg in my coat. I
Sulfur.
want sulfur to drop out and go hide in the room.
Okay. Roll. What's his stealth modifier? I'm going to roll for him.
What I notice is happening at all.
+7. And I would be willing to burn a coin, depending on the... Okay.
Roll the 2 on the die.
Burn the coin.
Okay. So at the very least, you can't roll lower than 10. Yeah, I mean, just for the sake of it, I'll say you pick up on that, Eamon.
So as I see that, I would definitely try to get his attention towards me the other way.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
start
for sure.
screaming.
In conversation.
Yeah.
I stomp on Sulfur.
Good job. Now he trusts us.
Yeah.
We had to sacrifice one to get one.
Yeah.
So is there another way we can contact you, or sometime in the next couple of days is rather vague?
Yeah. Tell you what, meet me back here in 3 days. I will assuredly have it by then. Feel free to stop in sooner, but that's probably the latest it'll take. Unless you guys want to give me a place to find you. I know that's always not the most comfortable thing with these sorts of things, though.
We don't stay in Ward 8, so it'd be well out of your way.
Fair enough.
Not having to cross
Yep.
wards and such. You can leave that to us. Well, if there's not anything else, we will bid you good day and plan to see you soon.
Absolutely. You shake his hand? Or he shakes your hand?
And then I would look to Phosphor and say, do you have any other questions, or shall we be on our way?
I think that's it.
Thank you for your time, sir. I'm sure we'll be talking soon.
Absolutely.
I've just been gripping my chain the whole time.
Yeah. He motions to Baba to lead you guys out as he shuts and...
Do you want me to tell you what I want Sulfur to do? Or?
Yes.
Okay. I want him to wait until a supply comes and follow the supplier.
If a supplier is actually coming.
Yeah. Would
As
you
if they
also
drop
want
it off
him
there.
to... Like, what if Ishi leaves?
Yeah. Keep an eye on Ishi until he finds some sort of supplies.
Okay. For sure. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Baba shows you out unless any of you are up to
I
anything
really
or
want
wanna
to try
do
to
something.
read the demeanor of him as we're leaving. I know
Baba? Or Ishi?
No, Ishi. I know he's
Okay.
staying in business mode, but if there's any kind of panic, any kind of suspicion on his face that he might start to see through us a bit or anything like that, I would like to know. If I obviously roll high enough.
Yeah, pretty much all of you pick up an air of like, kind of once you guys get out of earshot, there's like a deep sigh that comes out. He seems pretty stressed. Like, he's not as put together as his business thing would imply. You don't really pick up on anything that would hint that he is suspicious towards you. But he definitely
Okay.
seems a bit frazzled, just like internally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I would wait to say anything until we're like blocks and blocks and blocks away.
for
Just-
sure.
just in
yeah,
case.
Baba shows you out. You all leave.
So when are we coming back here?
3 days.
3 days.
Maybe. I left Sulfur in there. He's going to follow him and try to find the actual supplier.
Sulfur.
He's my rat.
We should
I prefer if
go
we're
somewhere
able.
safer to talk about this.
True. We can go back to, well, either my place or
Man,
Ichi's.
I really wanted to fight.
You might have your chance soon. Let's talk more somewhere.
I'm going to go into an alley.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to try to find some rats.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Why don't you roll
I can talk to rats.
Well,
Oh.
yes, but
nature with a +4 circumstance bonus? Phosphorus went the entire rainforest arc never rolling nature.
It's
I know,
my
right?
time now.
It's 15.
15? Yeah, one comes up.
Okay. Do you want to earn some food? Okay. You see that house? I'm going to point at the house. If you can tell me what the people look like going in and out of there for the next couple days, I'll give you as much food as you want. This rat's not very smart, is he?
here's my address.
He cocks his head a bit and he says,
I'll reach in and pull up. Do I have any rations?
probably.
Is there street? Oh, yeah, I'll just pull out ration.
Okay, yeah. He eats him.
So just tell me what kind of people leave that house, okay?
Mhm.
I'm going to regret this. I said that to myself, but okay.
So that would take you a couple minutes to get find that rat. Did everyone else move on
I
or
would
wait
just be
for
like,
it?
what
we'd
is he
been
doing?
Seeing him just go in an alley and start talking to rats. We're like, what?
I
Okay.
want to, as that happens, I want to huddle up with Renisteer.
Just very obviously in the
and
middle of the
Reggie-
street.
Not very obviously, but
You
be
want
like
in an alley,
beckon them
out of the
here.
way.
I whisper, I say, listen, I would want to talk somewhere farther away, but just in case anything happens sooner than that, I worry that, one, the supply is not actually happening in a few days. Two, we might scare him off, someone who could actually give us answers. He can disappear pretty quick, I imagine. So as much as I hate to say this, as I look towards Renisteer and his like chain or what weapon you have with you, your flail or whatever it is.
Chain,
Chain, yeah. We might have to do this the hard way if we're actually going to get any answers out of him, because his supply is almost nothing. He seems stressed. I don't think he has enough resources right now to be getting a big supply.
If we want to do things my way, we can.
I'm just saying, if things are going to get, as I look towards Raiji, just be like, if things were going to get rough anyway, I'd rather be prepared for them and be in control of when they start and how they start, not have it come upon us by surprise.
I say that we let Phosphorus do his thing right now, and if nothing leads from that, then we do things my way. And I can talk to my friend tonight.
If things get violent, I would rather be prepared and be the one to start it, not be the one reacting to it.
Yes, you guys go in the alley, have this conversation. You find the rat, talk to him. You kind of get up to dust yourself off. Before you take a couple steps, the rat goes, leaving. And you see Ishi and Baba leave. And then it looks to you wantingly.
Thank you. And I'll drop a ration.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at you guys or walk out.
They're probably
behind
a
you
little
guys.
further down. Yeah.
Yep. I just immediately just take off towards Ishi.
Like in stealth or?
Stealth.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a stealth roll.
19 with stealth is 24.
Yeah. You start trailing them, pretty confident that they do not see you. Yeah. What is the
I would just say,
rest of you do?
I don't think we should. If you guys can't stay out of sight, not that I've seen you be very unsuccessful in stealth before or not even try, but if that's still the case these days, maybe we shouldn't.
We should trail behind them at
We
least.
should follow at a comfortable,
Yeah.
or take the time. Now that the only two people that were in that house are now gone, we can look for more stuff inside the house.
So you want to split the party? What do I feel God smiling at me right now?
I feel like someone should at least.
Yeah,
tell.
definitely.
I'll follow Phosphorus.
Definitely
should do
the
that.
only two people in that house for sure.
Well,
That's all Eamon saw.
Well, me and if you want the Raiji, you can trail Phosphorus, and me and Eamon can go to the house.
Because if we find something in there that's information we don't have to get out of him, we can leave without him ever knowing the wiser that it was a ruse in the first place. That's actually better than trying to ask questions until he slips up verbally.
That's fair.
Sulfur would meet up with you because he, as you kind of, you guys like, because he's trying to follow him stealthily. So you guys would just run into each other, you and Sulfur. So he can just be back with you.
Renister, you can very much tell Eamon's been talking like he wants to do action, but it's more like he wants to get it over with, not like I'm being assertive now too. It's just like, I don't like this.
So are you stealthing with?
I'm following Phosphorus.
Okay, well, if he's stealthing, you can't follow him unless you're stealthing him too, because the whole point is that he's
Well,
not
yeah.
going to be seen.
That's what I'm going to be stealthing,
Oh, okay.
following
Well,
Phosphorus.
yeah. So give me, I guess,
From a
what's your
distance?
stealth modifier?
It's a +2
Okay.
because I'm not trained in it.
As your gold jewelry just glints off the red light.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm obligated to say it in these times, even though they're secret rolls. I rolled a nat 20 for you.
Ooh.
So that's very good.
Go.
Yeah,
The responsible team.
Jumps
Yeah.
so high he disappears.
He just long
You're
jumps
just flying.
between.
He keeps
on roofs.
finding
Fuck.
jewelry stores to just hide in like E.T.
So, Peter Raiji following Ishi and Baba in stealth. Renisteer, Eamon infiltrating the home.
Yeah.
Okay. We will do Renisteer and Eamon first because you guys would be doing this kind of while they're following before they get to the destination. So yeah, it's a decently busy street. Not like there's no gaps in traffic or there's no foot traffic or there's foot traffic constantly, but you are kind of like at the edge of the red light district, so it's not really quiet and slow constantly.
Should we go around to the backside, perhaps?
Yeah, probably away from prying eyes. Assuming the balcony is facing towards the.
It is
busy
facing towards the
side.
street, yes.
Okay.
There are
Just say you forgot your keys.
Oh no! I better climb this rope instead to my abode. No, we'll go back.
you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean it's pretty much
I would try to keep watch while this happens. Like, step into the alley, looking around, see if anyone's eyeing us down.
I'm assuming, is there any windows on the outside?
Yeah, I was gonna say there are windows not on the first floor but the second floor.
I would, once we get in the alley, take my hat off and just throw it in the alley
Okay. Yeah.
and flip my cowl
Word.
inside out.
No,
Absolutely.
amen.
You see a chain drop from my sleeve.
Oh, you like me.
But yeah, so
We're
what
not
is
so different, you and
there is
it's back.
second story windows, but that's it on the back side.
Do I get any read if anyone's eyeing us doing
Oh
this?
no, there's not even really much of an alley back here, and there's no traffic that you see or anything. Nobody looks at you or follows you into the alley or anything.
I'm assuming
Seems
you
pretty clear.
don't have a way to handle a locked window.
No, but I think you do.
I mean, if we want to make a scene, we can.
I don't know. I can go knock on the door and make sure no one else is home. Talk for a bit,
that-
see what happens.
Well, you could cause a distraction.
I'll go do that. I pick my hat up off the ground, put it back on.
It's all dirty now.
A little
Ew.
wet and dirty. Yeah.
That was right in the homeless
Pick it
man's
up.
piss puddle.
Dust it off, put it back on, flip my cowl back, stride back
Where did
around to
Damon
the
go?
front. I'm
Yeah.
back.
Go back to the front. Just
and
a
I,
knock.
and I just give it like a rap on
Yeah.
the door.
No response.
As he's doing that, I'd pull
Send
my
your
rope out
rope
and
up.
say, "Oh,
Yeah. You send the rope up. Yeah, and it can latch onto the window, so you have some, or it could latch onto the roof. Would probably be easier. So
Yeah.
you can go up to the window.
just gonna
Yeah.
try to prod it the window, see if it's unlocked at all." Damn.
It is not. Looks like it's not really locked, but it's like latched
So,
more so.
Is
if
it
that makes
one of
sense.
those? Is it one of those windows that opens like two separate windows, sort of folding outwards, or is it like a slide up?
Like a slide up?
You strong
but-
boy.
Can I try to hook my whip into it and like pull it up,
Yeah. Yeah.
like sort of brute force it without breaking the window?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Give
Just
me
slide it without
an
punching through the glass.
athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah. No one answers, Eamon.
I'll just wait at the front door, and if Renister answers, that means he's in.
Okay. For sure.
Nat 20.
There it is.
29.
Kind of wedge the whip in there a bit, and you brute force it in a way that you kind of jostle it so it just unlatches, and then you can open it and slide in. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze because it's not really meant for someone to move through. and
He
you're
just
a bit
walks
big
out. There's a
anyways, but-
lizard ass hanging out the
Yeah.
window, like,
But
"Ah!"
yeah, so there's no time constraint, and the rope is of no danger of falling, so
I'll
you
just-
can get in fine.
Once I get in, I pull the. Well, I look around and see that Eamon's not nearby, and just pull it up.
You'd probably hear the knock.
Yeah. So there is, you are in a lavish bedroom, a dresser still left half open, filled with well-tailored clothing, sits next to a window overlooking the street with a master bed and a nightstand opposite the window.
Okay.
Kind of by where you are. You kind of came on the left
I'd
side.
pull out my shield
Okay.
just to be safe.
Yeah.
And I'd try to make my way towards the knocking.
Yeah. So you go out. This is the right door, the one door you didn't go
Yeah.
in through on the second floor. You can go back down and open it up for Eamon for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I do that.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Would you like to buy drugs?
I step in and close the door behind me.
This is my house now. I am drug dealer.
Can we relock it and maybe even, I'm saying this to Renister, is there a way we can make this so even the keys don't open it all that easily? Try to wedge something in there just in case someone
Keep 'em
comes
out?
back while,
I mean, is there anything heavy nearby?
just like
Yeah,
a
you
chair.
could like prop a
even
door up
Yeah,
against it or something.
Prop a
For
door?
sure.
So rip a door
chair.
off?
Prop a chair.
Rip
Not
the
bad.
back door off, and we begin to investigate.
Okay. Starting on the first floor.
Yes.
That's odd is a thing that I will be
Yes.
capitalizing on if something does happen.
Main thing for you is the kitchen looks, like I mentioned to Raiji earlier, pretty much untouched.
I'll start in the kitchen. You start in the main room.
Like not even in a way that it's like super clean, like in a way that like there's dust collecting from like never being used.
Just in case they come back sooner and we have to bail out, I'm going to start in the bedroom. That seems to be probably the most likely place to find something.
Sure,
Okay.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Splitting the party again.
So you upstairs.
A
we'll
bed
start
mimic
with
attacks
downstairs.
me.
Eamon, you don't really find anything. You don't find any hidden compartments, any hidden areas. It's just like this living area, other than the like large amounts of just gambling things from dice to cards to
I want to specifically try to not leave like trails in the dust or anything. Or
not look like
anything
someone was
like
going
that.
through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the main thing is that there's no you quickly realize that there's no food in the house in any way. Or any water or food or anything in the kitchen at all or anything.
I shout up to Renister. I say, not like loud or aggressively, just be like, do you know of any creature that doesn't need food?
No, but this could just be a storehouse.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to roll to see if you know anything that doesn't need food?
I guess I could think.
I would.
either of you
answer.
could.
Yeah, I guess I'll try.
Yeah, I mean, two things I can tell you right off the bat. Most undead don't need food, and most constructs don't need food.
That's kind of why I asked Renister.
Yeah, I already told you. I feel comfortable just telling you that because Renister, as established, is kind of knows a good amount about undead, and you guys have already come across androids, which are a type of construct that you would have known do not need food. So no roll needed, but you're fringe cases, but normally something within the undead or the construct
Because
area.
what's going through my head is I would just be in the back of my mind thinking about how it was told to me that he seemed bigger.
Yeah.
Seemed smaller when I saw him, and then doesn't seem to need any food. I'm just kind of like, not red flags because I don't quite know enough, but I would roll to see if I.
Yeah, what are we rolling for to identify?
I
if
rolled
he's-
for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Perception in the background. I looked through everything. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, undead or constructs would be like the types of creatures that don't need
Right.
food. That does not mean that you guys feel confident saying that is the answer. Like Renister said, this could be like more of a storehouse for him, which doesn't seem too far fetched, especially if he's dealing with illegal drugs. But in terms of like if something did not need food, it is 9 times out of 10 a undead or a construct of some
It
sort.
is the entire area he operates is underground, correct? No
Yes.
sun.
Yes. Why?
Is there any
Interesting.
mirrors around?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the bedroom, there's probably one.
Can you see yourself in that mirror? Renister? It is Renister, right?
Where are you pointing your fingers at me?
I kept that pistol from Koi.
It's
But
just your
yeah,
hand.
It shoots wooden stakes.
You don't find anything of note in the bedroom. Renister, the dresser is full of pretty nice clothes. Some parchment and quill in the nightstand that doesn't look like it's been used at all. Like a candle for light when it gets
Any kind of
use
writing,
it.
like looking specifically, so far the clues have come from things like ledgers
Mm-hmm.
or things like that. Anything as I make my way out of the kitchen
Can I
into the rest
take-
of the house.
No, yeah, nothing on the first floor that would trigger that.
Can I
Nothing
take
in the bedroom?
some? Probably flint. Does flint leave a mark? I can't tell. I don't know if I were to like rub it up against something, would it have would it leave marks of any kind?
For
Flint?
what? What are you trying to do?
The paper.
Oh, so
Trying to do that thing with crayons where you like.
see if something.
Yeah, like an indent on the paper or anything.
Yeah,
I have
mean,
chalk too. I don't know if that would work, but that would be
It
more work.
depending on how well you do it would determine if it
Okay,
leaves a
I'll
mark or
take-
not. And it's a thievery check.
Oh, good. -3.
I'm better than that. Come on.
Hey, Amen. Can you come here real quick?
I like school and writing and stuff. Yes. What's going on?
I'm not seeing anything on this parchment, but I want to see if there's any indents to show if there's anything that was written on top of it. Can you just take this flint and brush it over the top of this paper?
Sure. Is there lots of paper here? There's not like one
It'd be
sheet
the
he would
top
notice is
stack.
gone.
Couples, like maybe 4 or 5 pieces of parchment. Not a whole lot, but yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll take it and try to do that rubby thing
Okay,
on
yeah.
it.
Roll a thievery check.
12.
Okay. You do that. Doesn't look like there's any indents of any kind.
Might want to take this with you.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
gonna-
we should check the room we were talking in earlier with the actual drugs in it.
But yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, if you want to go to the drug room,
yes,
it is locked.
That's true. I was thinking of that. Yeah, I mean, I could get this open, but it'd be pretty obvious we were here.
Okay. Let's look for any other kind of room, any kind of hidden room, any
You said,
ledgers,
is there
anything. If not, we
4
can
rooms
get out of
down
here
this long
fast.
hallway,
No. There's the bedroom you've been in,
and then
the
storeroom?
first floor. The only area you have not been other than this storeroom is the balcony. Otherwise, you guys have checked everywhere in the
I
house.
doubt it's going to be on the balcony, but we can check. But
Should we? I mean,
maybe
yeah.
you should do that, because if there's a big lizard man on the balcony, people might
I
notice
don't know
that.
if I want to be seen either. I don't stand out like you do, but there's not many of
It's
me
true,
around.
and you did talk to him, so.
Let's just, if we can't find anything, let's get out before anyone notices we were here.
Trying to see if there's anything I can.
If we're not going to get any info, let's at least not get caught.
True. I would like to get into that room, though. I don't really have anything to do it very nonchalantly. I have a crowbar. That's
Yeah,
one way to get it
Not
open.
super nonchalant.
Mm-hmm.
do criminal-like activities, but in two different directions. Kind of sucks. That can't be in both
Yeah,
places.
so unfortunately, we had more than one criminal.
Well, yeah, if only.
Although thinking about it, I could have sent back sulfur.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
thinking.
lock-picking
entire
rat,
time.
yeah.
He can literally pick locks. Yeah.
Did you see anything in that storeroom besides the barrel while we were in there?
I try to think
The,
back.
the only other thing besides the barrels was a locked banded chest.
There was a chest
Probably-
there. There was a language I couldn't understand inscribed on all the barrels, but Phosphorus seemed to look at it like Peter seemed to look at it like he could read it, so we can ask him. But
I
We didn't
wonder
really
what's
talk
in that
much about
chest,
that.
but needless to say, even if we get this door open, I don't think there's also going to be a way we can get that chest open very easily.
how much time do you
you-
think we have? I can take remember that metal plate that had the perfect image of the room I was in a while back, as in yesterday?
Gotcha.
We could do that again
I
here,
definitely remember that.
depending on how much time we have.
Okay.
Not. I'm okay with this retcon to some level if you want to have sent phosphorus. Sulfur back at some point, because I feel like that's just a more
Yeah.
Aaron forgot. I don't think it would be crazy.
And
to
that was you that
assume-
said Sulfur met back up with him.
Yeah, to assume that,
Especially if you know we're
uh,
going in there.
Yeah. Like they're literally like you're aware that they're about to break into a home. So if you want to, you don't have to. He
Yeah,
could benefit you where you're going to.
He
you
could,
know
but
that.
yeah, I'd be fine with sending sulfur back.
Okay. So you guys get a little ways, Reggie and Phosphorus, and then Sulfur ducks out and heads back. As you guys are having this conversation,
Ew, a rat.
God damn it!
you hear squeaking at the door.
Phosphorus? Are you back?
But yeah,
I
and if
open
you
it.
open it, you see
I like
Sulfur.
look-
What
it's,
is-
it's like that comical thing where the camera pans down. He's
Yeah.
just like staring up at me.
What does Sulfur look like again?
He is a albino. He basically looks like albino lab rat, like red eyes, beady red eyes,
Yeah.
very small. Unfortunately, he does not look like the carbon copy of me, just shrunken down.
You open the door and he runs in.
This Peter's rat. I think he can lockpick.
Do what you got to do, buddy. I'll as we try to wedge a chair or something back against the door.
Oh yeah, you want to move that?
Does someone want to keep watch? Is there a window to see out the front, just in case?
Yeah, there's a
someone's
window
coming
in
back?
the master bedroom.
You're
to
better
look out
at
the front.
investigating things. You go with the rat. I'll keep an eye on the front here.
Okay.
So Renacer's keeping an eye out front.
I'm about to pick him up. He's really rough on stairs.
Yeah, you probably do want to.
I just hold my hand out, and if he lets me carry him, I'll
Yeah,
carry
he
him.
would. He would. Yeah, he will attempt to. Remind me. He has a
+7.
lockpick set swallowed at all times. If
Oh,
he
yeah.
throws up. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
Do I just watch this rat?
So originally I wanted to make it like a part of his hand, but I don't think I ever did that.
Sulfur in your hand does like throws up a little lock picking set. His
Those are my
+7. You can roll
nice
for him.
pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. I was
He's
about to
better
roll.
at thievery than I am. That is 13, natural 20.
Okay. This is something that is. Well, there's no time constraint, so I'll just keep it. A lot of locks you need to succeed more than once to
Oh.
pick. There's like stages to picking, but there's literally no time constraint, so we'll just take that as a because he succeeded once, but we'll just take it. Door clicks open.
I just want to
Enters
say
the room.
it's open.
Take a look inside.
I'm going in now.
I'll keep an ear out. maybe don't shout so loud.
If you don't hear from me,
Now you're just whispering. I can't. Just look in the room.
okay.
But yeah, so to remind you, several barrels of drugs, assumedly labeled in a language you don't understand, and then a locked metal banded chest in the corner of the room.
I
what you're
look
looking
at Sulfur, and then I just point to the chest.
Okay.
He gives a salute and heads towards it. Ooh, 3 better. 23.
After a couple minutes of this literal rat picking a lock, there's a click and it opens.
Phosphorus, I love you. And then I hold and just kind of look in the when I talk to myself about you, I say Phosphorus.
The rat says in a superhuman voice.
Sulfur corrected you.
Actually, it's Peter.
But yeah, so there is what looks like a ledger of sales and just a mercantile ledger and a bunch of assorted coins.
I would leave the
Decent
coins
amount of
there.
money.
You see
Try to-
Sulfur start to steal the coins.
Try to memorize.
He
I
would
would
try to
for
find
sure
the most
stop him.
expensive coin and try to eat one.
I would definitely try to stop him. And I pull a gold coin out of my pocket and say, "Have this one."
Okay, yeah, he'd take it.
He'd take it.
Yeah, he'd absolutely take it.
Son of a
Did you get
bitch.
it open?
Yes, looks like some kind of ledger. I want to try to memorize where everything is,
We
so
can
I
just
can put things back where it is.
jot it down in my journal.
Yeah. I want to copy down as much as possible, but
Yeah.
having to open it and move things, I want to be able to put it back exactly in the same spot it was.
Gotcha.
So, give me a society check, or actually mercantile lore check. You could do.
18.
Yeah. So you go through and you determine. Basically, you're not worried about anything that doesn't involve demon dust or doesn't catch your eye in
The
another
name
way,
Via or
right?
something.
Yeah. So the things in here that catch your eye is Zold is a name in here. Sold demon dust to him. Stronath, the doctor, a very small amount in comparison to the other selling. Jit, JYT, also sold demon dust to Komatsu, KOMATSU, also sold demon dust to. And the only other thing of note, because it's just not, it looks like more of just like a note at the bottom of the page and less like an actual thing, is word for word it says Hawk, HOK, in parentheses, dump drunk, close parentheses. It says a bottle of liquor, bring another the next time I pick up from Cuckoo.
Like a mad lib.
Okay.
Or it's in code.
But in the, I guess, yeah, both of you roll society, Eamon with a +4 circumstance bonus.
Is Rennister in here now?
Yeah, I would have brought the
is he?
journal.
Yeah.
I would have brought
Sweet.
the journal
Cool.
for you.
Cool.
But you can
I
take all
literally
that
have
down
a
for
journal
sure.
holster.
Can sulfur roll?
To,
Society?
no.
I have monitored the humans for many years.
I'd be copying into one of my
Yeah, for sure.
journals as well.
I got
But
a
since
7, so
it's
no.
the like detective-y one, I'd be writing in Orin.
Okay, perfect.
Society, you said?
Yeah.
That's another 19, actually.
With the +4 circumstance?
Oh, 23.
Okay. What'd you get? Not that? Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Society.
The thing you read, dump drunk, you do remember hasn't been brought up since we started, but you've worked in mercantile enough here that the dump is a place in Ward 8. It's the furthest northwest corner. It's like literally a dump of trash, essentially. It's an actual dump. A lot of homeless live there. He's probably talking about a drunk at the dump, but that is an actual place.
Somewhere
in Ward
you
8.
can get something from. Okay.
I think we're done here.
I don't know if we can learn anything more, but the longer we're here, the more likely we'll get caught. So let's get out of here as soon
outside
as
of
possible.
the ledger, there was only like coins. You said
just
that was it.
assorted coins. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would very carefully try to put everything
What's
back
your
to
thievery
where,
modifier?
where it was. 0.
Okay.
Can-
Would sulfur assist?
He would.
probably couldn't do it himself.
No, he'd just point.
Yeah. Once you roll for sulfur.
Two grown men being directed by a rat.
It's Ratatouille.
That's 19.
Okay. Yeah.
He pulls the
yeah.
scales on my head to direct me.
You guys feel confident that you get it back pretty much how you left it? What's next for the two of you?
Getting the chair off the front door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Put it
and
back.
then putting everything back to where it was and leaving.
I assume you go
Does
out
the
a
door
window so you
lock
could
from
log
me?
it?
Yeah.
You would need a key to do that. So
Or you need a rat.
you want him to pick it on the outside? I mean, it's no rolls. You guys are free
I would
to
rather
just
go-
lock it and go out. a
Yeah,
window.
I'd
Because at
do
least
that.
the window's not in the very front.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'd do. Because I could just put my rope out again.
Uh-huh.
Could you catch me if you go first? In case I slip.
It's one of those things where I try to catch you, but you fall like directly to my right.
I only have rowing muscles. The little muscles I have are from that.
Okay. Raiji and Peter. Definitely Peter. Yeah, so that takes them, well, we'll get to when timelines meet back up. But yeah, so you
If they meet
guys
back up.
follow them. They pretty much walk not straight, but just towards the northwest area of town, eventually reaching those neighborhoods. At a certain point, Ishi takes out a cloak, takes off his hat, kind of puts it in his coat, and just like cloaks himself to be more inconspicuous.
Just like Eamon.
And yeah, eventually they get to the dump. So the northwest neighborhoods eventually give way to a couple blocks of makeshift shacks filled with homeless people, essentially. Some of them peer out at the two of them as they pass. Others are very drunk and high and don't even really notice. And then past these homeless people is the dump. It's a place of forgotten things. All manner of garbage finds its way here. Piles of splintered wood, crumbled stone, broken glass, rotting food, rusted tools, and even a rare corpse are spread across the several city blocks of the dump. An elderly dwarf with sunken eyes and tattered clothes steps out, and they talk to each other. Ishi is very clearly does not enjoy the conversation, but he takes out a bottle of liquor from his coat and hands it to the dwarf. They exchange words, and then they continue into the dump.
Okay, we'll follow.
Okay.
Or I'll follow. I don't know if he does.
Yeah, I assume you would follow?
Yeah,
Reggie?
I'm following Phosphorus.
I don't know. I actually don't know he's following me.
I guess that's true. Yeah. You're paranoid of being followed, but it's just Raiji the whole time?
He actually really high.
Yeah.
What are your guys' stealth modifiers?
+5.
Yeah, so you guys, the distance you're keeping, you can't help but there's literal just piles of all kinds of garbage, like I said, so it's hard to keep an eye on them constantly, right? When both of you get a little ways in to the edge of the dump, you a bit more just at the edge, Raiji. Phosphorus, you're a little ways in. You do lose sight of them for a second. And Peter, you hear them kind of just around the corner of one of these mounds, hushedly talking. Ishi saying he swears he saw someone following them.
I'm gonna pull out a infiltrator's elixir.
Okay.
And
Drink
it so I look like a halfling.
Okay.
And then with another quick alchemy, I take alcohol and just douse myself in alcohol.
Okay, just throw it on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't appear to be doing anything. They're just waiting around that kind of mound. And there's a back and forth of Baba being like, I think you're just paranoid. You haven't been sleeping much lately. And then Ishi says, I don't sleep, you fucking idiot. And yeah, they wait. Do you do anything? Do you approach?
I'm just going to wait. And if people come by me, I'm just going to kind of act like I'm drunk.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it'd probably be a homeless person that comes by every so often. What are both of your JK? I have them.
What are you looking for?
I have it.
Well, the infiltrator's elixir might change whatever.
Oh, perception.
Oh, never mind.
They stop talking for a bit. You don't hear anything. Continue to not hear anything. Would you do anything? You don't see them.
I'll stumble around the corner going straight.
Okay. They're not there.
With my last quick alchemy, I'm going to pull out a bloodhound's mask.
Okay.
I'm going to try to track him.
Okay.
So that...
You see Raiji Phosphorus. Does he look like a halfling to you?
Oh, yeah. Look like a halfling to everyone.
You see him turn into a halfling, cover himself in alcohol, stumble forward, and then put on a mask.
His true form.
All right, so this lasts for an hour. I have
imprecise
scent. Yeah, for 30 feet. And my survival bonus, or survival DC, or bonus to that is +2. So my survival is now +5.
Yeah, why don't you roll that for me?
A natural 20.
Yeah, you pick up on just kind of their smells, so to speak, loosely. It's like it'll probably take a good amount of time to like follow it. The dump isn't super big, but like kind of everything here smells. So you're not just like honing onto a scent and following. You like have to constantly be looking for the smell as you go through. So it's not going to be a quick process to follow the smell.
Yep.
Okay. But you want to start following it?
Yep.
Okay. Are you still following quietly behind?
Yep.
Are you still being stealthy about it or trying to be, Peter?
Not initially.
Okay.
I would say just to try to... I try to risk it to kind of pick up... To pick up time.
For sure.
So do you just look like a homeless halfling with a mask on?
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's more like a bandana.
Yeah. Does that change the fact that he's not being stealthy about it? Does that change anything for you, Reggie? Doesn't have to. Okay. What? Just to quick clarify, that is kind of what would you guys Renisteer and Eamon do after you've made it out of the home?
We should have talked about a meeting place, huh?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I mean, the knockout's close by. Could always wait there.
Do we know where the nearest dump is?
Yeah, I mean, we could go there right now if you want to.
Yeah, there's not multiple of them. There's just one.
I mean,
Yeah.
It is the dump.
perceivably, that's what they could have tailed him to. Do we know the general direction is where they walk towards?
Yeah, that would check out. Yeah. From here, it would be like a straight north shot, and they did head off roughly in that direction.
We could meet them there. That kind of would blow their stealthiness a bit. though.
Maybe we take our time getting there, but we
Yeah.
make our way there just in case.
If not, I think worst case scenario, we just go back to the punch out.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you guys are heading towards the dump,
Yes.
not the
Yeah.
punch out. Gotcha. Phosphorus and Raiji, you begin making your way. Give me one more survival check. You're fully into the dump now, the both of you. Like, all you can see around you is piles of trash and refuse.
21.
21? Yeah, you continue on the path, and eventually the scent, you don't have to approach, but it leads to the furthest back mound. It's about 100 feet tall of garbage, like up against the cave wall, so to speak, all the way in the furthest mound.
At this point, I'll start to stealth again.
Okay, yeah, you can we'll say you're like 50 feet away, kind of slightly behind another mound.
You roll again for that?
Yes, are you two together, or are you still keeping distance from him?
I was told to follow him, so.
Okay, so you're still a ways behind him?
Yep.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Both of you notice towards the base of this thing, there is this mound, there's the top half of a clearly long dead dwarf jutting out from the base of the mound. The body, along with several planks of wood, appear placed to obscure a metal hatch built into the ground. Think like a thick double door, outside of the house into the basement entrance. The meeting with Ishi went well, if not for Eamon picking up on his anxious, worried demeanor. What has him so flustered? Is he truly the mastermind behind the demon dust? What awaits the party under that hatch? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.